Like maybe something like this? Or are there any like in between these? Like this looks like a medieval weapon. This looks like one of those maces or whatever, right? I feel like that's maybe a little too much. Nuzzle my cheeks outside sweeping the basic language. My mom, really, really interesting, Wolf. That's a torture device. Forstner bits have nothing on those pineapple-looking burrs. Coffee is a legend. Absolutely, Smikes. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to look some more tonight and order a set because, yeah, at least if this could do like the majority of the work, and then we could come back and clean up the rest by hand. That would be nice. But maybe I'll talk to you guys on Discord about this stuff. Digging into the Twerple docs right now, trying to get the basics down. Build your own bot. Wait, what is Twerple? I don't know if I'm familiar with that. High tech. Oh, we don't have the Know You though, Coffee. We do not have the Know You, but I do enjoy that over there. The new nerf is great on the science channel as well. I like the new nerf, unless Balint nerfs me. Unless that happens, then he makes me very angry because Balint is doing the same things on other channels, and then I don't know. I say that that a sharpshooter bug is smarter than me, and Balint doesn't like it. Maybe that was somebody else, but it was fair, I guess. Something more like a wire brush. Watch the video. We could do that. Well, I've tried the framework for working with the Twitch API. Wow. Oh, so you're talking about building your own bot like that. Oh, interesting. Um, High Tech LiDAR has some experience working with Node-RED. I don't know if you know anything about Node-RED or not, but he has integrated Node-RED into Twitch, and I think has found some success. So I'm sure he'd like to talk to you about that. So, but up to you. I've bought one of these before, and I did not like the effect of this one. The bristles are just too coarse, and whenever I run them over the side, it just leaves like really deep scratches and doesn't do a great job. So get some snacks, mouse. But I have not liked this one. The manual wire brush isn't aggressive enough. This is too aggressive. So we need something in between. Just buy all the things and try them out. I mean, maybe at this point, D, it would probably be better than just continuing to pick at it with this chisel, right? Thank you, Choptics. I do need to put the glove back on so I don't cut myself again. Burning out the bark be an option? I don't think so, Icy. I think it's so tightly packed in there. Maybe at this stage, like once we got it down to here, I mean, it can maybe be done, but I don't know how resin reacts to a burned surface. I know I have seen like coffee tables and stuff that are that are burned and then resin, but I don't know what they do to seal it. Hey, Allison, welcome in. Allison, did you have your market already? Was that this past weekend or is that coming up soon? If you did already have it, Allison, how did it go? Too big in a cup, you need a small wheel. I think these would work well. I mean, a wheel would be nice, but I'm not sure. What do you want the next challenge theme to be? I don't know, Dirty. That we will be voting on that soon. I mean, last time I was in favor of, what was it? I think my two votes were hometown. That was my second option. My first one was games. Yeah, my first one was to, what was the board games one. That's what I would like to make. So I'm team board games. I don't know if it'll be up for vote again this time. But maybe. So I mean, kits I think I already have like that just came with the. I mean, I guess I could try this right now, right? But I think that's pretty similar to what you just linked, right? What about you, Dirty? You still gonna be creating the propaganda for metal? Or what do you think? Seen Node-RED before. I kind of prefer the old-fashioned building of JavaScript. I see. I have very, very little knowledge of any of that, so I am speaking way out of my league. I'd pretty much just know the name. That's all I'm good for. But again, if you had questions, maybe LiDAR knew other stuff as well, or maybe you just want to do it on your own, and that's good too. I mean, we can try it real quick. I can go get the. I can get the Dremel. We can try it in here. Let's do that real quick. We are going to need some dust collection though, because that's going to kick up a lot of dust. Wonder what else would work though. Need somewhere to hang this. Maybe we'll just leave it out. It'll be fine. Get a little wrench for it. Freefall says games. I'm team games too. I don't know. I don't remember what the standings were last time. I don't know if Shannigan's actually shared them, but I'm a fan of the board games. I've already got some ideas that I want to try. So, and that's going to be my first vote, but we'll just have to see what happens. We'll have to talk about maybe two. Seeing if we want to just drop it down to one single vote per person instead of two. I was curious, and somebody else brought up the idea too that maybe bookends was a lot of people's second choice. So I don't know what we're talking about. We're talking about in our Discord. We have community challenges, and the last one was bookends. It just got done, and then we had our show last night on Shannigan's channel to review all the bookend challenges entries, and so we're talking about what potentially the next one is going to be. And that one will be starting on April 1st. And it will run through the end of May. And everybody's welcome to join and enter. And they're always a lot of fun. So again, we'll be voting on the next entry and trying to figure out what that's going to be soon. It did have the market already. I got a lot of positive feedback. The crowd was not a buying crowd. Saw only 4 to 5 people walking away with artwork in 5 hours. Ooh, those are struggles, but you know, Allison, that's kind of part of it. Seriously, over the years, I have had a lot of shows that I was not real impressed with, and you know, it just didn't work out. But you never know until you try. And like you said, a lot of positive feedback. Practice setting up a booth. The experience of going out there and talking in front of customers, all that is very valuable. So. I'm glad to at least hear you may have come away with some good experience, with a good experience, and maybe you can build on that going forward. But that is unfortunate about the crowd not being overly giddy to buy or whatever, right? Thank you for the Discord, Momo. For it to be profitable, you might need to be able to clean out the bar. No, 100% D. This is not really sustainable. What I'm doing, so we need something. Good networking with other area artists too, yeah. I like that it stirs up conversation, so expect Mr. Metal to be around. I know definitely Dirty, there was a lot of Shannigan's was throwing a lot of shade for sure at the Mr. Metal conversation. So definitely got Shannigan's going with it, but I'll be interested to know who Mr. Metal chooses. Yeah, we've met some really inspirational people here locally, and the cool thing is, Allison, you can kind of talk to them and figure out what shows they're going to. It's actually working pretty decent. What shows they're going to, kind of how they make these things profitable, learn from their booth setups, all that stuff. So, problem is, this is loading up super quickly. Yeah, like that's already burning on this side. So I'm wondering if those cuts all, those ones with like the burrs on the outside, if they clear chips a little bit more efficiently. This is working, but I think that whatever this material is just loading up too quickly. Aside from me about handing out business cards too, that's right. And you never know who you're going to meet at those events, right? You may meet a store owner who wants to place a large order, or you may meet somebody who, wants to do recurring business with you, or just good people in the community who have ideas or whatever it may be. I mean, I think there's a lot of positives that may not show up on the the profit and loss sheet, or I guess the profit side of things. But yeah, I think it's great to go out there and put yourself out there like that. Entries are really good for sure. I saw one book in the other day that really blew my mind. The one with the chisel. Yeah, I see. That was from Freaky. Freaky Elka made that one. It looked really really nice. So I can share the link again to all of the entries if y'all haven't had a chance. If y'all haven't had a chance to do that, you can both check out the entries and vote. Here are the entries, and here is the voting survey if you want to take part in that. So check out the entries first. Look at all the pictures, read the descriptions, and do all that before you vote. Not be judging experience of fairs or whatever, or whether I will or not continue to apply for them from this fair. Good, good, Allison. Yeah, you got to give it a chance, right? Literally, last year, we had our worst event ever. We literally sold one single mechanical pencil at an event. We came back later in the year and had our best event ever. It can flip that quickly, so don't give up. Keep going. Learn from every show, and I believe that you're gonna have success in the future. Cuts all are pretty good. Possibly the best bits for a Dremel. Still not a super fast solution. Do you have anything? I don't think this is gonna work. This is already loaded up, and while it worked okay for the first few seconds, I don't think that bit is not gonna cut anymore. It's just loaded up with resin or whatever. And maybe the cedar is worse for it. I'm not sure. But it was a good effort. It was a good effort. It's along the right path, but maybe just not the exact right composition or whatever. Ouch. And my headphone is really, really bothering me today for some reason. My microphone. Killing my ear. Sounds good, Dirty. Enjoy your din din. That TSA's was really nice. I like the fact that TSA had a story behind his and made that happen. So I agree that was artistic. Not only having the ability to make something like that, but being able to create I don't know, a passionate story behind it too. That was amazing. Notice anyone, but I predict Freaky has it in the bag. I don't know. I don't know. There also are a lot of there are three other categories. I can't remember all the categories right now, but there is best overall, but there's also different categories. So, and I've kind of liked since we've started doing that. It's given other people the potential to win some of the categories, and really winning is not what it's about, but it is nice to I don't know, to see your name recognized up there, I guess. So, um, yeah, I mean, I think Freaky has got a good chance of coming out first, but there was a lot of really really solid entries for sure. Like, I think everyone should be celebrated, and you never know what's gonna happen. Definitely talk up the other booth owners. You'll be surprised how much information opportunity you can get out of them. Yeah. No, 100%. And it is. It's amazing to meet people in the community, and like I'm a pretty introverted person, and don't typically like to talk to random people or people I don't know. But I really like talking to other vendors, and have gotten more comfortable with that. Again, we've met a glass blower here locally in Austin who does just amazing, stunning glasswork. I've actually got a few of her pieces over there on the shelf, and she's been doing it for a long time, and has introduced us to where she sells some of her things locally. She has send us events that are going on that we may not have heard about before, or just like overall somebody to show up there, and that they're going to be a good community person, and like try to help out everybody. So that's what I think has been like the best about all this. So I met a store owner back in November, and today placed an order. Yo, Old Drum, congratulations, buddy. Old Drum, congratulations on your bookend entry as well. It looked great. I loved how the worm came out. It looked really nice. So congratulations on the bookend entry, and congrats on the store owner placing an order. That's what it's all about, buddy. So, and you never know when it can happen or who it may be. So congratulations. That's really good. What do you have against random people? They like to send me really spicy chips and tee-hees, random tinkerer. That's what I have against random people. I like to try to burn holes in my stomach, and I don't know. One thing to remember is most sales may not come from the show, but from after the show. That's a good point too. And yeah, I mean having a website or having a way that people can place a custom order or contact you if they didn't find something that they liked at the show but may want to commission you for something else. There are a whole lot of different ways that you can make those shows successful, right? I have some cuts all bits there. Nice. Bark is a nightmare. Yeah, I mean, my rate of removal is not terrible on the big stuff, right? Like, I can remove quite a bit with the chisel. It's really like that last part that maybe the cuts all, like once it gets to this stage where pretty much all the bark is gone, but it's just like the last, I don't know, the last little piece of bark, kind of the interface, I guess, between the bark and the wood. Maybe the cut saw would be really nice for that. But I still think probably the initial removal will probably need the chisel, right, or something like this. But maybe when it gets to this stage, that's when the cut saw can help out. But also, I'm not gonna do too many of these. Like these pieces of cedar, I only have a few more of these, and the cedar is really where that really seems to be the wood that's got all these inclusions. So the other ones, the other species of wood aren't too bad. Just used to gallery shows being represented by a gallery where I just drop all the work, someone else sells it for me. Being out there and trying to be social is definitely a new experience, right? It is, but I think it can be a very rewarding experience. You can get some honest feedback from the customers and have people be excited about your pieces and all that. That feels good, right? Janigan's Vice bookend was classic too. I know it was great, really good. I did not, man. My idea for the bookend challenge was going to be very lame compared to what everybody else did. Oh, excuse me. Sorry to headphone wearers, freaky. You're out there. But yeah, I was definitely not near as creative in my mind as a lot of people were. So I mean, you had Tatum and Way Cool Wood who did the musical instruments. I think, what was it, a clarinet that Way Cool Wood did? Tatum did a guitar. You had those. You had, thank you for the hydrate. You had Gun Girl doing the clay. You had some painted ones. You had Colleen doing a really cool portal themed. You had Emil Imagine and Favorite Grain doing some like really cool scenes with a bunch of really little intricate pieces. Blacksmiths doing their thing. Ultram with the leather bookend. TW with the leather skulls and the raven. I'm missing a few, but that doesn't mean that they're any less important or amazing. I was just blown away with all the talent. So very cool. I wish we had someone local that worked with glass. Got lots. I'd give her free really builder's mark. Yeah, I want to meet up with her at her shop one day and do it. But yeah, she does some awesome, really awesome glass. You know, Smikes, the shows are a grind for sure, and especially when they're long days and maybe not making many sales or stuff like that. Doing those shows, I like to do the shows in, you know, October through December whenever we've got a pretty good chance of doing well. But like one a month outside of that is probably good enough for me. I don't think I could I don't think I could do those shows, you know, every weekend year round. It's just not something that I enjoy that much. So yeah. QR codes, all the social medias. I got that one right. Heck yeah, Allison. Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, you slowly pick things up, and again, kind of check out what others are doing. Maybe take some aspects from them, and then just slowly build up, you know, your own setup, your confidence, product offerings, all that stuff. So, it sounds like it was a good start though, for sure. I will free fall. I mean, we got to keep experimenting for sure. Um, but I mean, honestly, whenever I watch like Blacktail's Studio is somebody who I've been watching a lot of, and he talks about the debarking process taking hours, and it's just kind of part of it, I think. Unfortunately, he's working on a bigger scale than me, so maybe I need to like watch him a little bit closer at how he's doing this step, but I think it is a step that unfortunately takes some time. Oh, why am I? I'm sorry, was I kicking the camera? Go back to this one. Thank you, Coffee. Thank you, Icy Momo. Yep, TW had the leather Edgar Allan Poe. Yep. Owens looked really nice with the wood and uh, the resin and the lights. And it was amazing. Really nice to see. I like that I didn't have any. I was seeing them for the first time with you guys last night. I didn't have any previewing of the results or the entries. So love that channel, Momo. I really like him too. I like his balance of showing the gritty parts and like showing a lot of the work that goes into the pieces versus you know, skipping through other portions. So I think he is really willing to share a lot of his you know, tricks and stuff. I really like his story too, Mama. I don't know if you saw his background story, but he did a video that kind of explained how he ended up in the situation that he's in now. If y'all don't know, Blacktail Studio, he's a YouTuber. He makes some really cool resin and wood, like big coffee tables and round tables and stuff like that. And he used to be, well, actually, he started off, I don't know, he didn't really know what he wanted to do in life, but figured out he wanted to try and be a helicopter pilot. thank, Thank you, Smikes. Are we on a shoot, folks? It's just it's fine. It's fine, science. Welcome in, buddy. Is Belen streaming tonight? Anybody can answer that. What is today? Today is Tuesday. I don't think I've seen his full schedule this week. So, see, no stream tonight. Okay, good. Baby time. Oh wait, is this the? I know he mentioned that one night he was gonna have a Twitch meeting. He was gonna have a Twitch meeting. No, Balent. Balent. Thank you for the 100 bits, science. Thank you, buddy. Okay, sorry. Let me catch up on chat real quick. Thank you, science, for the bits. Always so kind. Big kind, Balent. Unless you want to fork out for the soda or CO2 blaster. No breaking. No breaking me, science. I would like to have the CO2 blaster saying Kai, but do those voids go all the way through the board? A lot of them do, RT. Yeah, I guess as you can see now. That's part of the challenge is they look like just like they're on the surface maybe, but they all go all the way through. Take notes of what people are saying the designs are looking for, coloring, and what they're looking for, mostly. I 100% agree. What's up, Ram? Boyd's Void stream? Welcome in, Ram. Sorry I'm behind on chat, but I'm catching up. Momo, I was just saying, yeah, he finally became a helicopter pilot and had his dream job, so he thought. Like he flew out to oil rigs for a while and was making good money, I think, and then became like a health or like a helicopter ambulance, pretty much. It's probably a better way of saying that, but a rescue helicopter. And said he really enjoyed it, but started doing woodworking on the side, and ended up taking that leap and deciding that he didn't want to do helicopter. He didn't want to be a helicopter pilot anymore, and gave up his license, gave up everything that he had worked for up to that point to go full time into woodworking. So it's an inspirational story, and I was glad that he shared that. So baby time tonight, Astro night, nice. I'll be looking forward to it. I've got my idea for the Antonia in your style. Maybe tomorrow. We're not going to be streaming tomorrow. Wednesday's our normal day off, and we're gonna take that day off tomorrow. But maybe tomorrow, Walnut and I will try to execute on our plan for our Antonia in your style. I'm excited. I'm excited about the project, but it's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be something that we haven't ever done before. So. Again, if you want to also, I need to include the Science Discord link in here too, probably. But the Science Party, Antonia in your style, they are requesting by March 17th, the day before the event. So it's not this Friday, but next Friday. If you can have it done to support Science during their partner party, that's going to happen on Saturday. You can make Antonia leaf cutter ant in your style. It can be anything. It can be art. It can be it can be a drawing. It can be crocheted. It can be a metal leaf cutter ant. It could be a picture of a leaf cutter ant. Whatever it may be, whatever your style is, you can do that. Submit it in the Science Discord. Which again, if you're not a part of, you should be a part of at minimum. To use the awesome emotes that Balent creates. So he's got 100, at least 100 emotes in the Discord that are all really cool that I like to use elsewhere. Maybe that requires turbo, but anyways, yeah, go check out the Science Discord. A lot of wholesomeness in there. A lot of good people in there too. Yeah, airlifting. What's up, Stone Monkey Research? Thanks for the lurk. Helicopter pilots have life expectancy of mayflies. It seems like a very stressful job for sure. Look at this piece of bark that's just working its way out of here. Like, how is this still in here? How? I have removed so much of this already. When applying a finish like wipe on poly or spray lacquer, how do you ensure the side edges have sufficient coverage? Do they just apply extra coats to the sides? Project that work don't always look great on top. The sides look thin. So Salty Dog, are you talking about the sides as in the like the end grain, or just the sides in general? Is it just the Again, is it just the end grain sides that you think look thin, or is it all four sides? If it's just the end grain, Salty Dog, I do know. I mean, obviously, end grain is going to soak up more finish than the edge grain, right? But I know a trick to make the end grain look the same or similar as the side grain. You can sand to 1 grit higher. So like if you sand the top and the regular sides to 220, you can sand the end grain up to 320, and that can help make the piece look a little more uniform. But I mean, I don't do anything different to the sides. No. If you're spraying, you have to be a little careful with overspray, right? I used to use an HVLP sprayer to get a lot of to finish a lot of my projects with poly, but I figured out wipe on finishes are just much easier. Typically, I'm only using wipe on finishes these days, unless it really calls for something to be sprayed. Pretty much only my two-toned ash pieces that I spray these days. But Salty Dog, if you have a specific application that you're curious on, maybe I could try to answer that a little bit better. How many members are in your Crafters Guild? There's a large number of bookend voters. So Ram, in the Craftsman's Guild, I think we have something like, I don't know, 20 to 25 members of the Craftsman's Guild. But the challenges that we do, if you're asking about the bookend challenge specifically, it's open to anybody. You don't have to be an actual member of the Craftsman's Guild. Anybody who is in the community can join. And I think the official count for the bookend challenge was 18. Some of them being Craftsman's Guild members, but others being just folks from the community. So yeah. So anybody can enter into the guild challenges, and the next one will run from April 1st to the end of May. So that'll be the next one, and the theme or the topic is still yet to be decided. We'll be deciding that in the Discord here pretty soon. But yeah. Does that help answer your question? What's up, MST, or Fairer? I'm not sure if you have a preference on maybe Mista LP Fairer. If you have a preference on what you'd like to call me, or what you would like me to call you, let me know. But MST, I use a lot of different resins. Heading to bed, been up since 9 p.m. Sounds good, Coffee Rocks. You take care of yourself out there. Appreciate you stopping by. And we'll talk to you soon, Coffee. Have a good one. I use a lot of different resins, right? So for thank you for the coffee. For pin blanks and stuff, like whenever I'm doing resin pours to make into pin blanks, I use Alumalite Clear or Alumalite Clear Slow, which is a fast curing resin. And I do that mainly to get the color separation. This one was a blue and red one, obviously. But the pot life or the cure time on it is about 1 to 2 hours. And for that, I use a pressure pot. So I pour the resin into the mold, put it in the pressure pot, let it sit for a couple hours, take it out. So that's what I use for my pin blanks. What I use for these deeper pours and these river boards and such is from Magic Resin. And it is resin that is rated up to 2-inch thick. I don't get anywhere close to 2 inches. Mostly we do 1 inch, maybe 1.25 inches at the most. But for this one, no, I do not put it in the vacuum chamber either. One, I don't have a very big vacuum chamber. The one I've got is pretty small. And two, I haven't had good luck with the vacuum chamber, to be honest. I have seen other people use it, and they can kind of degas the resin a little bit before pouring it. But in my experience, again with the pressure pot, obviously I don't use it. I just pour it into the mold, and the pressure pot takes care of the bubbles, and I've had really good luck with that. Um, but with the stuff that takes longer to cure, so like the magic resin that I use for this, the deep pour resin takes about um, 2 days actually to fully harden, and it's still very liquidy even after 12 hours. And by that time, most of the bubbles are going to come up to the surface, and you're going to be able to pop with just the torch anyway. So I haven't had too many problems with resin having bubbles in there outside of using a torch. So pretty much, yeah, that's all I use is just a little handheld torch. Here, I can show you the latest resin project that I just finished up with. I haven't posted it anywhere yet, but this is one that I finished up with last night. Oops, I didn't mean to post it there. Let's see. Let's post it. Let's post it to my channel. This one here, I used kind of an in-between resin. It's like more of just a general purpose. And I did not degas that one either. All I did is I pour it. Actually, a lot of times I'll mix up the resin and I'll let it sit for a few minutes, and then I will pop the bubbles on the surface. I'll let the bubbles in the cup rise and pop the bubbles on the surface, and then I'll pour it. Let that sit for 10 minutes, pop the bubbles, let it sit for another 10 minutes, pop the bubbles, and a lot of times all of those bubbles will just rise to the surface. So again, I haven't found the need to degas in the vacuum chamber. Okay, catching up on chat. Really, something starting on April 1st. Do you take us for fools? Wolf, it may be a little troll to start the challenge, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll try to keep it fair. Did that help answer your question though? Anybody else? I do appreciate the questions, guys. Thank y'all for coming in here. I do always enjoy having the discussion. I don't know everything, definitely not, but in this community, there is a lot of really talented makers and people who are experienced with this stuff. So even if I can't answer the question, typically somebody out there is going to have some experience with it, and we can kind of talk through it together. And that's how I learn too. So I do appreciate the questions, and you guys who are interested in this stuff. Yeah, we will. I will. Well, I don't know. I thought I was going to do resin pours today. We're 3 hours and 41 minutes into the stream. I have literally just been debarking this piece this whole time. So, but maybe I will just do this one today. We'll go plane it. We'll go join it and plane it down here in just a little bit, and then we'll get it in the mold. Ooh, that's why we wear the glove. And we'll at least yep, that is why we wear the glove. We'll at least get one resin pour done today. That was close. You have only 2 inches of vacuum chamber, won't help much. Damn it, free fall. Ooh, hold on, let me check and make sure I didn't cut myself under the glove. No, it's okay. It's okay. That was a close one though. What's going on, Dolphin Mermaid? Just like that. First time chat. Thank you for that, Dolphin. The bubbles can be brought to the surface. The resin mix if you apply vibration to your mixing pot. I have not personally done that, but that does sound interesting. Yeah, I can see that. Kind of helping to get those bubbles to rise with a little vibration. Nice. Dolphin, what kind of resin work have you done in the past? Have you done like some molding stuff, or what is it that you like to do? And of course, you or anybody, feel free to post pictures. Links are open to anybody. I do encourage y'all, if you are comfortable and willing, feel free to post links to your Instagram. If you want to post in our Discord and let me know I can bring that up on stream as well. But I do like to see other projects and to put, especially if you're newer in the community, uh, check out and see what you guys are working on. So always feel free and open to do that as well. Worked with dental acrylics. Wow. That's awesome. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. I've seen it seems like resin 3D printers these days are doing a lot for that. And then maybe you can cast, make a mold and then you can cast it using a resin 3D printer. So, very cool. We've had some Tatum 44 is a member of our community. He used to do prosthetics and work with resin. Different kind of resin, but resin nonetheless to make his prosthetics and stuff. So yeah, it's super cool. Oh me, oh me. We gotta figure out something to make this a little more efficient, for sure. Can't believe honestly it's been 4 hours stream. How time flies when you're having fun debarking. Getting close though, I think. I feel like I said that probably 2 hours ago. But I think we're for real. We're for real, for real. Getting close. This one had a bunch of those inclusions though. What's going on, Z? Welcome in. How are you doing today, Z? Thanks for joining us this evening. Hope you've had a great day so far. We are just trying to clean up this cedar board here. It had a bunch of bark in here on the inside, so we're trying to get all of it removed and ready for resin casting. But I'll be actually finishing some boards here in a little bit. I've got a couple cutting boards and serving boards that we'll be finishing up with soon. So yeah, good to see you. Home relaxing now. That's awesome. That's awesome. Congratulations. It's a great feeling to be at home. I'm definitely a homebody. So, do you ever use a Dremel? Is that too much to use? So we were actually just talking about that and just trying out the one bit that I've got. It's one of these like I don't know if it's I don't know what kind of material it is. Some kind of composite abrasive. But I tried that and it got loaded a little too much. And I think just it stopped working pretty much. But why does this not work anymore? Hold on, let me go turn on the dust collector. But we were talking about potentially using cuts all bits, like some different bits with barbs on there, and talking about how maybe that would work a little bit faster. So I'm not sure. I've never worked with those bits before, but I think potentially that could be our next move because yeah, literally, this has taken us all stream today to get this far. So it has been a bit of a time time wasting process. Might work faster, right? Yeah, I think I'll probably order some of those. I want to see the ones that we found, like these here. Well, so those are the ones that were mentioned. I think pretty similar to what I have, but these cuts all bits. These look like maybe they would work. But these for sure here, I think can remove a lot of material. So I don't know if we'll go that. Oh, actually, they've got. Oh, oh, okay. I didn't realize this. So extreme is very coarse, and that's got all the spikes on there. And then we've got original. Oh, okay. So on these other ones, I think maybe like this bit here, and then maybe one of the pointed ones, like maybe these in here. Do those all have? Okay. We've got the original, the coarse. That's just what it looks like. Yeah, so maybe I'll get one of these, and we'll 1/4 inch shaft though. That's big for a Dremel. Anyways, something along those lines. Probably an 1/8 inch shaft one. I think that would be nice. Yeah. So, are they raw exposure? Nice. That's good to hear. I've never worked with them before, so I have no idea what they work like. So, I we need something that works faster, Z, because yeah, I want to make a bunch of these, but this is definitely a limitation. And I think that this problem is pretty unique to cedar, where the bark kind of grows in on itself. I've noticed that on the other woods that I've got, it doesn't seem to be the same problem. So I don't have too much of this cedar, and maybe we'll just bite the bullet and do this, and I'll commit some late nights to doing this instead of doing it all on stream. Um, but anyways, it would be nice to have a faster way. Different acrylics. There is a heat cured, which is placed in the mold and boiled. Other is a rapid set, which does not require heat to set it. Rapid set is used for repairs. Interesting. So I guess those are probably for like dentures and stuff, right? Or maybe for like individual faux teeth or whatever. There are sandpaper arbor bands that might be useful in wood. Sandpaper arbor bands. I haven't heard about those. Original does leave lines that will need to be sanded out. Haven't tried the fine one. Okay. Good to know. And cedar is known for bark inclusions, yeah. Which is cool, Raw, because right, we get to pour resin in here and it creates unique, like on this one it had a little bark inclusion, right? And so to me this kind of looks like eyes on the piece here. And so we were able to remove all that bark and pour it with resin. So that's kind of the nice thing about it. But whenever it's this much and we've got to remove all that bark in there, it takes a long time. So that's the only unfortunate part about it. Thanks, Raw. I appreciate it. What's up, Winsing? What's up, Sturgy Poo? Good to have you guys in here. Welcome in. Just make them texture on surfaces so I don't have a gouge chisel. I see. Yeah, I think what I was just talking about is maybe like these all started full of bark if you're just joining. They were full of bark. So I think the chisel is the most efficient thing to remove the majority of it. But once it gets down to this stage where it's kind of just the remnants on the bark just like sitting here, I think that's when one of these cuts all burrs could come in and really clean that up quickly. So we would just be focused on bulk removal with the chisel, and then touch up with the burrs. But I mean, it's amazing how much I can continue just to pull out of here. And again, the reason why I'm doing this, at least in my mind and what I think, is to eliminate bubbles. Because all these pieces of bark, once the resin is kind of going in there, they're going to release bubbles. And I don't want that to be on the final, obviously in the final resin pour. It could potentially ruin a piece. So nice to get as much out as possible, but with that, it's how much time are you willing to put into a piece? It really is a cool. Thanks. It's a nice piece of wood. Hope it works out with the new bits when you get them. Thank you, Z. Thank you. I hope so too. Z, have you been doing any streaming recently? I remember you played I think you were playing Hollow Knight at one point, right? Have you still been playing that at all? If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure at least. I always enjoy seeing you over there on Trout Stream for sure. Do you think the fine grit one would be all I need, Rom? Do you not stream Z? Oh, that's my bad. That's my bad. Okay. I'm sorry. I think I got you confused with somebody else then, so. Well, put myself out there and that's what we got. So, anyways, well, if you ever do decide to stream,
Welcome
maybe
to Boyd's Wood Club.
maybe it would be your calling. Winsing,
Boydsk
thank you
team Boyd,
for...
seems like 'twas only yesterday I arrived. Boydsk Millie Vince, thanks for having me.
Thank you, Winsing. Thank you. It means a lot, my friend. It's been great to have you here. I've loved seeing you around in all the different communities. And thank you for the 2-month resub. I really appreciate that, Winsing. Thank you very much. And I appreciate the kind words too. It's amazing. Twitch time flies by. And sometimes you don't realize that it's been a couple months or even a couple years for sure. So means a lot. Thank you. Sergi Poo, how are you doing today as well? It's good to see you in chat. Hope you have had a great day so far. Send another. All right, thanks, Builders Mark. I will take a look, bud. Appreciate the ideas you've been sending my way. That base, I guess, is what it was that you sent me last night with the wood and resin looks really nice. Got me thinking. I think. I mean, I don't know what kind of pressure pot he used, but I've got a 5-gallon pressure pot that I think would be able to handle that. So I don't know if I have the right piece of wood to be able to do that, but that seemed cool. I haven't used it, so I can't say for sure. I've only used the original grip. The original seems like it could be too aggressive if you aren't paying attention. Okay, that's good to know. And I mean, who knows, Raw? Maybe I'll try. Maybe they've got like a variety pack or something like that that I'll try, and we can test out the different grits, right? So we'll just see. Great shed, yeah, yeah. It's pretty tall. I would say it's maybe 16 inches or so tall. And that's a pretty big vase. So yep. All right. I mean, I think we're getting there. I don't know how much more I've got the patience to do. Got a few little strands and stuff that maybe I'd like to get off, but oh, I just remembered. I was thinking of Zay Sapphire Night. They streamed. Okay, that's my bad. They streamed Hollow Knight. It's just Z and Zay Sapphire Night mixed up. That was my bad. I think we're just gonna use opaque resin on this, and it won't matter what it looks like underneath. What's up, Nizzy Niz? Welcome in. How are you doing today, Nizzy? Thanks for dropping by. You can get a variety pack, meaning to get the fine grit one. Nice. Yeah, I think the fine grit one is probably all I need for minimal. Like I said, I don't want a whole lot of scratches on there, and I think I just need a little bit of help getting into these tight spaces. So, my experience, bark removal depends a lot on what we want the surface underneath to look like. I've seen people literally take an angle grinder to it, but if you hope to retain the natural surface, what you're doing is probably it. Good point. Good point, Free Fall. I think, again, I mentioned that, like for this one, since I knew that I was probably going to leave it transparent. Can't really see it right now, but once we put finish on there and buff the resin a little bit, you're going to really be able to see this this little arm here. And so I really wanted to do a good job of cleaning that off. So pretty much all of the like, I don't know, dark brown bark that was on there, I took the time to remove that. But yeah, for this one, if I just do it opaque, I don't think it's really gonna matter if I end up leaving a little bit of the dark brown stuff on there. Perfectionist, I am Builder's Mark, and it's it's definitely a flaw sometimes that I wish I wasn't so. I don't know. But I wish I wasn't that way for sure. I mean, there's a fine balance of being a perfectionist and that's a good thing versus taking way too long on a project that Shouldn't take that long. So that's my bad. I guess in this case. Opaque glitter resin. I don't know if I have any good glitter that would work, Momo. Got those little packs of variety packs of glitter, but I don't know if I have any. I don't know. Maybe look at some different glitter resin pours and get some inspiration. I feel like the big, what's it called? Big flakes of glitter would look good, but what about a red orange on this one? Maybe look like fire going through it. I have not done a two color pour yet. I have not braved that. Little spider on crack over there. Maybe. I think Momo sent one today that was a two color pour. I'm nervous though. I'm nervous that it's going to just all flow together. And you're not going to be able to tell any different. Like it's just gonna end up red orange or whatever, right? I don't know. I miss all the fun woodworking projects over here. I'm doing great. Well, we try and do our best, Nizzy, but talking about missing the projects here. No worries. You gotta take care of your life first, and then spend whatever time you can here in it, and that's appreciated. So we have been trying to knock out a bunch of projects. It may not look like it from today, but I have been on a pretty good roll of finishing projects, and we're gonna continue that later today. I've got five boards that are gonna be done. So yes, project finishing today. But for now, we're just trying to clean this up a little bit. I think we're getting close. Color shift over glitter. Need to find some good color shifting micas too. I think we talked about this the other day, but the one I've got supposed to be like red, orange, violet, blue, purple. It's violet, purple. Whatever. It's supposed to be like crazy color shift. And it is crazy disappointing. So maybe I need to get some recommendations from you, Momo. Little gold leaf. straight to the gold leaf. I mean, I do have some faux gold and silver leaf. But it's gonna be a large resin pour. I feel like I may have to use the whole container of gold leaf, silver leaf, or bronze leaf. Maybe a combo would be cool. That's an idea, at least. All this junk coming out of here. The flip side, if you want the bark to stay, it'll literally fall off without any problems. Oh, that is very true. Free fall. Whenever I actually want the bark to remain on, it says nope. It just immediately peels off. But yeah, whenever we're trying to get rid of it like this, hangs on for dear life. Yeah, I've had a few live edge bowls that I really wanted the bark to stay on. It wasn't happening. I've only had one successfully hold its bark. That one went to Colleen. Mount that board up on your lathe. All the bark will eject it. Yes, exactly. Yep. We'll straight go ejecto. But that's how it is, free fall. There's no reason to fight the system. You just gotta roll with it, and whatever happens, happens, right? All right. I think my patience is gone. I think it's time to clean these, or to cut them in half. Cut this board in half, and then we will and then we'll bring it over to the joiner and planer get it ready for the molds, and maybe, I don't know, maybe pick at this a little bit more here in a minute. But I think I've officially, after I get these little pieces out, I think I've officially hit my limit. It just never stops. Like, look at how much is still coming off. Never stops. Insane. Can't stop. I mean, in a way, it's satisfying, but same time. You're having to pry it out. How's it going to come out in the resin? I think over time, D. Over time, not necessarily it coming out of the resin. I'm worried that if there is maybe some moisture in the bark, or maybe if, for whatever reason, the bark and the wood like dry at a different rate, or maybe they get into like a humid climate, and all of a sudden